Hello and welcome to the season opener of Lander men's basketball. Lander versus Catawba coming in. Last year, Lander 15-14, 9-9 in the conference. Catawba 18-13, 14-10 in the conference. We're ready for tip-off here. Starting five's announced. And I think I smell something. I think I smell basketball in the air. Tip off. And we're underway. Catawba coming out with the ball. Carson Daniel going to be the point running the offense today. And an excellent defensive play getting in there. That's Terry Leonard Jr. Leonard putting excellent pressure on the ball, but not quite able to tip it away. Pick. Catawba trying to drive, find a pass. Fader hits the great offensive rebound there from number 12, Justin Banks, going up and getting it and putting it back in for the first points of the game. Catawba coming out in a full court press. And the fader, not great. That was Levon Lindsay. Lander down on the other end of the floor now. Driving in and trying to get the foul, and one! Dylan Catawba going in tough and getting the and one. Excellent drive there from Catawba. Puts his shoulder in. Ball rolls around the rim and drops on in like a teardrop. Free throw. Misses. Clanks off the left side. Jumper by number 5. Lindsay misses again. Battle for the rebound. Coming out with it is Pritzel for Lander. Pritzel doubled, but manages to get out of it. Leonard out to Mays. Leonard going to take a deep one just off the rim. Rebound by Daniel. Catawba passing it around. Some good ball movement, pick and roll, and then thrown away. Mays thought that, excuse me. Lindsay thought that Banks was going to pop on the pick and pop. Lindsay rolled. Good forward pass. Pritzel out to Leonard. Open three. Oh! Up and on him! Cannaville! And on the other end, Banks! Cannaville skying high for the offensive rebound and slamming it back down. What a play on both sides of the ball. Pritzel going to walk it up, guarded by Simpson. Back to Pritzel. Leonard going to drive baseline. Spins, but that's a travel. Can't pick your pivot foot up, and he did just that. We have a great start to this game. 4-4. Dribbling is Daniel, who passes to Simpson. Banks setting the screen, but the screen not taken. Some post play attempted. And that's going to be a foul. Foul on number 5, Mays. Taking these free throws is going to be Walker. Walker driving in. Try to scoop up and under, but hit the underneath of the basket, not even the rim. But manages to get the foul, and he's going to shoot 2. Nothing but net on the first one. Shaping up to be a great season opener here for both squads. And he makes both. Walker with his first 2 points of the game. Last year, Walker on the team didn't really play much. Great drive and finish. That's Daniels. Tries to get it into Banks. Excellent defensive play there. Cannavale dribbling this up. Daniels again. Daniels going to take it, and Daniels back-to-back drive and layups. Excellent play here from Lander to start. Lander with a 2-point lead. Banks to Simpson. Simpson back to Banks. Banks with a 3. And when your big man can shoot threes like that, you're going to be a hard team to beat. Dangerous pass in there from Mays to Pritzel, but Pritzel able to get it out, and Daniel's going to take control of this offense once more. Screen. Daniels, some fancy footwork, trying to find a lane, passes it out, and passes it to no one. Oh, nope. And the ref, I think, saying deflected. We will wait and see what the ref's call is. Getting around to discuss, they're going to call it Lander ball. So Daniels tried to pass out to Pritzel, deflected off of a Catawba player. And so it will be Lander ball when we come back. 15:50 left to go. Both teams coming out. Lindsay currently 0 for 2. But I think the thing to note is Banks. Justin Banks is 3 for 3 from the field, 7 points, and a 3-pointer, including an offensive rebound for his first 2 points of the game. Overall, Catawba shooting 3 for 5 from the field with the 1-3. Lander has shot 2 threes, both of them Terry Leonard Jr., has yet to make a 3. And if they want to win, and if they honestly the whole season want to be competitive, Terry Leonard is going to have to make those. Daniels and Cannavale, currently the leaders of Lander, both with 4 points. And here we go. Going to come out, same 5 for both squads. Coach Omar Watad, 6th season here at Lander. Been great for the community and been great for this team. And the shot clock down to 9. A drive by Daniels out to Pritzel. And Pritzel bangs it. 3 ball in the corner. Pritzel automatic. Back on the other end. Pass over. That's number 4, Walker. To Daniels. Daniel going to get it to Banks. Banks the man to watch right now. Simpson trying to dribble around. Out to Banks. Banks to... and the ball last out of play, fumbled out by Walker. Nick Walker losing the ball out of play. Ball played forward to Daniels. Daniels gonna throw it up. Cannavale was going for the alley-oop, but the ball deflected. Great defensive play by the Indians. Pass back out to Daniel. In the post, Walker. Walker doubled and intercepted. Ball intercepted by Daniels, as Jacob Daniels are going to be a big part of Lander basketball this season. Jacob Daniels going to try the drive. Gets it out. Some passes. And the drive and shot by Antoine Weber misses. Pass out to Banks. Banks going to try to drive. And gets through 2. And then gets fouled by Tringon. Also just subbed in. And he's going to get 2 shots. And just so you know, yes, you are seeing correctly on the screen. This is number 0, Chase Daniel. And number 1, Carson Daniel. 2 brothers. Banks making the free throw. He's up to 8 on the game. Banks back to shoot a second. Lander fans packing the arena today. Banks splashes it like it's no problem. Coming in, number 3, Ibra Athey, excuse me. And Catawba. Oh, Catawba with a great double team there in the corner on Pritzel. But Pritzel manages to get it last off of number 25, Jashawn Hawkins. No relation to me. My name is Jackson Hawkins, but no relation. Tringon going to take this one in. Jacob Daniels. And they're going to call, I think that's a foul on number 0, Daniel. Chase. Pritzel gets it over to Daniels. And some fancy dribbling there from Daniels. Daniels out to Cannavale. Cannavale going to drive. Foul. Almost gets it to roll in, but he will get 2 on the foul. I think the foul on Appy. Nope, I take it back. It is on Hawkins. And so Cannavale will take 2. Lander trying to take the lead. Here with 14-12 to go in the first half. Cannavale sinks it. Coming in, number 5, Lindsay, once more. Cannavale with the second. Puts it in. Lander taking a 2-point lead here. Catawba with 3 fouls to start this game. Lander at 2. Both teams shooting well from the field so far. 62% for Lander, 60% for Catawba. But we are early in the game. Taking this ball is Daniel. Daniel trying to get it up. Skying high is Tucker. Tucker trying to get the board, but tipped out to Antoine Weber. And, oh, what a drive and what a finish from Jacob Daniels. Excellent finish at the rim. Little midi from Daniel. Falls in, falls out. Pritzel with the board. Pritzel going to try to press it. Gets it out to Daniels. Daniels, Tringon going to set a screen. Daniels going to pull it back out. Slow the pace down. That's Crawford going to come out for a pick. Daniels into Tringon. Tringon, I think it was blocked, or at least very heavily altered by Athi. Now that's Hawkins trying to work on Pritzel. Manages to get it behind him, but misses. The board by Weber. He was falling down, and so he tried to get the pass out to Crawford, but Crawford couldn't hold on, and the ball out of play, last off of Lander. Chase Daniel to inbound. Going to get it out to Hawkins. Hawkins going to take a second 3, double guarded. And that's an air ball. They do manage to get the ball back, but the Lander fans letting them have it. And blocked at the rim, and blocked again. Crawford with a block. Daniels going to take it up, gets it, and that's going to be a foul on Crawford. He's going to go to the line. Air ball by Hawkins, and I think Hawkins just got another foul. It's going to be his second of the game. Shooting these free throws is going to be Bobby Crawford Jr. Crawford going up and, just putting that back in his face. Excellent block there. On the other end, Crawford off the back of the rim. Misses the first. Lander up 15-11. Coming back in is Terry Leonard Jr. This guard play from Lander, as Crawford sinks a second, is going to be very important here. The duo of Crawford and Daniels. Speaking of which, Daniel going to get it out to Athey, who gets it. Hawkins slips. Jashawn Hawkins is not having a great start to his game and season. 2 personal fouls, and that's going to be a turnover. And Hawkins going to take a minute to sit down. Hawkins just couldn't keep his feet there. Tringon to inbound now. He's going to get it to Daniels. Daniels trying to shake the press. Gets it over to Terry. Terry Leonard going to get it back to Daniels. They need to get the ball across. Manages to get it across. Terry Leonard. One-on-one here with Daniel. Pick set by Crawford. Ball in the corner. Leonard going to take the floater, and it falls in and then out. Athey with the board. Athey now with the ball, going to take a mid off the front of the rim. Board by number 1, Antoine Weber Jr. Weber going to take a drive, then pull it back out. Jacob Daniels. Guarded by Daniel. Into Tringon. 1-2. And look at Jacob Daniels. Great team play. And Catawba trying to go fast. Daniels got a hand to it. Terry. Bang! Up and over goes Bobby Crawford Jr. On top of everyone's head. And fast slammer jams it. And this arena is buzzing. Timeout on the floor for Catawba. Back here, Catawba, Lander. Lander taking a lead here early, 22-11. Catawba is shooting 27% from the field to start this game, 3 for 11. Lander, on the other hand, 8 for 13, which for the mathematicians out in the crowd, I shout out to you, 61.5%. They're shooting hot from the floor, folks. Can that stay the case? We'll have to wait and see. Leading the team right now, Jacob Daniels, 4 for 4 from the field, 8 points, 2 steals. Bobby Crawford Jr. with a block. And the sole offense for Catawba, it's felt like so far, the big man, Justin Banks, with 9 of Catawba's 11. Catawba will get the ball. Subbed out is number 0, Chase Daniel, and subbed in is number 1, Carson Daniel. Inbounding it's going to be Simpson. Lander not putting any pressure on the ball, going to allow them to bring it up the court. Daniel gets it to Walker. Gets it back to Daniel. Daniel going to take a left-handed 3 off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound, though. Banks. Banks has been everywhere. Simpson going to take a midi. And Simpson wets it. Beautiful splash. Terry Leonard. Double team. Jacob Daniels. Back out to Terry. Terry gets it across. Lander going to slow it down now. Leonard and Daniels. Lander going to spread the floor now. Tringon taking up a position on the smaller Daniel. Leonard on Daniel on Leonard. Tringon. Weber going to take a 3 in the corner as time expires. But tipped out by Crawford. Leonard and a block. Swatted straight to Weber. Weber to Tringon. Bang goes the hammer. Tringon slamming that down. 3-ball. Lander up 23-13. Catawba really needs to get some offense here. They need to score. Daniel into Walker. Walker going to work on Crawford. Tringon coming over for help. And a foul on Crawford. That's going to be Crawford's first personal foul. And we're going to get some more free throws here. Taking them is number 4, Nick Walker. Walker already shot 2 free throws, has made both of them so far. And he continues his perfect streak, making his 3rd free throw today. I apologize for any voice cracks or voice going out. A little selfishly, I just did the play-by-play for Lander Women's Volleyball Senior Night. Fantastic game. And we move directly here into the men's basketball game. Nick Walker taking his 2nd. Stays perfect from the line. Inbounding this is going to be Mays. He's going to get it into Daniels, who gets it across to Leonard. No one out there for Leonard, so Leonard's going to be able to drive in. Leonard back out to Cannival. Cannival going to get it up. Bit of misdirection here. Catawba really playing some physical defense, playing up, but that could hurt you on the drives. Jacob Daniels missing his first, but Cannival up, tips it back in. That is Daniel's first miss from the floor. On the other end, Daniel going to drive in on Leonard. Pass out to Banks. Banks with a pump fake. Drives in. 3 Lander players goes up. And then Banks goes up and puts it in. Banks continues to be the sole offense for this Catawba Indians team. Jacob Daniels driving down. Gets it across to Leonard. Leonard to Daniels. Guarded by guarded by McDuffie. Cannival going to take it. Switch occurs. Weber back to Cannival. Cannival on the smaller Daniel. Back out to Weber. Weber 3 off the front of the iron. Weber 0 for 2 from 3 right now. Banks setting a screen for Daniel. Daniel going to put it up. Oh! Daniel puts up an oop for Banks. Banks tries to get it. Can't quite reach it, but that's going to be a foul, saying he was draped on Banks. So Justin Banks, the sole contributor on offense, it seems like, for the Catawba Indians, continues to be that, making his first. 25-18, Lander in the lead. Couple substitutions here. Desmond Evans, Pritzel back in the game. Tringon, Cannival. Banks Comes up a little short, but it manages to roll in. So he stays perfect from the line as well. Tringon gets it into Pritzel. He's double teamed in the corner. And Pritzel just throws it out of bounds. The press working. And Pritzel's got to be smarter in that situation. You know, Lander last year really looked to him for a source of leadership. Very smart player. Going to need better from him. McDuffie with the ball. Going to swing it out to Simpson. Simpson one-on-one with the newly subbed Evans. Daniel and Pritzel. Banks. Daniel. Daniel gets fouled. Caneville puts a hand in his face. And that's going to be another foul for Lander. Daniel now to take free throws. Specifically, Carson Daniel. Going to be his first free throws of the night. And he buries it. Carson Daniel last year having a pretty good year. Misses that free throw, but the ball's going to bounce all the way out to Simpson for the board. Simpson to Banks, back to Simpson, back to Daniel. Coach setting up a play. Daniel, Banks going to set a fake screen and then pop. Banks going to take that off the front of the iron, ball bouncing around Leonard all the way to Daniel. So Banks and the Catawba Indians going to get a second chance here. Daniel on the drive. Ball tipped out, Caneville. And the ball falls to Evans. It's going to be Lander's first time on offense here in a minute. Evans fouled by Daniel on the pass. We're going to get a timeout here. Lander 25, Catawba 20. Lander still shooting well from the field, doing well on the offensive side of the ball. The problem is that full court pressure is putting a bit of a strain on getting the ball across half court. Catawba really coming out here, putting a lot of hustle in, putting a lot of effort in. And honestly, I think just shocking the Bearcats a little bit with how tenacious they are on the defensive side of the ball. But Lander's still in the lead, and the question is, especially when you're running a full court press, can you keep it up the whole game? Because that's going to be really what wins or loses you this game, is do you burn out like a burnt turkey on Thanksgiving, or are you able to pressure the other team the whole game? Can you even full court press the whole game? If you don't have the stamina to do it, you know, it is what it is. So that's going to be the question here for the Catawba Indians. Can they keep up this effort, this pressure, all game long? For Lander, it's going to continue being get boards. Right now, they are being out-rebounded 12-9. Banks has had his way on the boards, on the rebounds. You can't allow that. Someone's got to box him out. You need to set someone on him, box him out, not allow him to beat you. Because he is not only rebounding at a high level, he's also scoring at a high level. Tringon. That's a back court. You can't do that. You got to know where you're going. Tringon trying to get into the backcourt, but you can't do that. You can't do that. The fan's not happy, but that was the correct call. The ref laughing along. You love refs that can laugh along with a bit of joking. Anyway, play continues. Simpson trying to get it into, I think that was number 4, Nick Walker. Caneville, and jump ball called. Possession arrow is going to point Lander's way. Excellent hustle from Caneville. Dylan Caneville getting down on the ground for that steal away from Nick Walker. Got to clean up the floor a little bit. Our fantastic AD here at Lander. Shout out him. Inbound now, Tringon gets it in this time. Jacob Daniels. And the trap not going to be tried this time. They're going to let Daniels. And Daniels takes too long advancing the ball. Fundamental mistakes are killing the Bearcats right now. You cannot ever make mistakes like that. Simpson going to inbound it to Daniel. The left-hander rolling to his left. Back out to Banks. Banks maybe at a 3 there. Cannaville getting his hand in. Hard post play by Walker. And Walker, offensive foul. Nick Walker on the spin, putting his elbow straight into Dylan Cannaville's side and throwing him out of the way. That is a foul. That's going to be Nick Walker's first personal foul. And that's going to give Lander the ball back. Let's see if they can get it across half court. Hopefully they can. Daniels and Leonard back to get it. Leonard trapped in the corner but manages to get it out to Daniels. And Daniels can't take his time now. Daniels got to go. You can't make the same mistake twice. And he does. But then throws it away. Foul call. Ooh, Justin Banks. Not at all happy. I think I heard him when he was running past us say, "That's not a good call, ref." Justin Banks' second personal foul. So Banks is going to sit. The sole contributor on offense outside of Nick Walker. And we're also going to get free throws here for Dylan Cannaville. But I think that also shows Jacob Daniels, you can't pass that ball. That was an errant, terrible pass. Daniels going to have to focus in here. Cannaville on the front end of a 1-on-1. Splashes it. Shooting the second here. And splashes that one. Dylan Cannaville having himself a fantastic game here. 10 points leading the Bearcats. Walker to Lindsay. Lindsay going to try to drive. Leonard pokes it out. But it goes straight to number 11, Tucker. Simpson and Tucker playing a bit of back and forth. And that's going to be a moving screen. Simpson made the shot, but the foul on Tucker. Moving screen. And Lander gets the ball back once more. Ball inbounded to Jacob Daniels. Daniels, cross half court. Gets it to Cannaville. Back to Daniels. Jacob Daniels searching, probing, and throws up a shot. Not a great shot there from Daniels. Not great shot selection. Daniel. Tucker with the pick. Simpson going to get the ball. Simpson going to take it with 2 Lander players in his face. Pritzel out to try to get the board, but it's going to fall for Tucker. Simpson, switch over to Daniel. Daniel in and out, but another offensive rebound. Nick Walker gets it to Simpson, and Simpson with another brick, and that's a foul. I'm not entirely sure who is that on. They're going to call a foul, I think, on Lander. Number 10, Daniels, with the foul. That's Jacob Daniels. Taking these is going to be Solomon Tucker. Tucker yet to have a point in this game. And I mean, that right there is what I was just talking about, though. As he makes the front end of the 1-on-1. Lander is getting out-rebounded so badly right now. 16-9. Multiple offensive boards. That is not going to fly. That's not going to fly anymore, guys. Lander's got to get in there and get dirty and get some boards as Tucker sinks the second. Catawba losing 22-27 right now, though. Lander's still in the lead. Jacob Daniels holding the ball. Also want to see some more ball movement from the Bearcats, just like that. Beautiful backdoor screen or backdoor cut, excuse me, from Daniels. Tringon finding with a beautiful little bounce pass. Here on the other side, Lindsay driving in. Lindsay gets it to Tucker. Simpson going to drive in, shoot the midi. And that rolls off. Rebound by Weber. Weber gets it out to Leonard. 3. In there. 3 ball splashes for Lander. Terry Leonard with his first 3 of the game. Catawba trying to get down the floor quickly, but the ball last off of Tringon. Terry Leonard with a high arcing 3. Nick Walker in with Tringon. Walker double teams, loses the ball, gets it stripped. That is Crawford, and it falls into the hands of Jacob Daniels. Lander trying to stretch this lead. Jacob Daniels out to Weber. Weber with the 3 off the back iron. Rebound there by Tucker. Daniel to Tucker. Leonard putting pressure there on Nick Walker. Simpson gonna drive back out to Nick Walker. Walker with a pump. And Walker walked. Walker hit another walk with the Walkster Walker. That's a travel. Can't do that. Bearcat ball. As you can hear, a sect of Lander fans behind me. Let's go Bearcats. They love their Bearcats here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Daniels gets it to Weber. Into Tringon. Back to Weber. That is beautiful. Beautiful, amazing basketball at its finest. Tringon, beautiful backdoor pass. That's the second time Lander's done that. Daniel to Daniel. That's going to be fun to say for the rest of the game. Tucker out on the three-point line, going to try to drive. Crawford putting pressure in on that ball, and Tringon goes up for it. Tringon gets it to Daniels, and then absolutely bodies Daniel. Jacob Daniels, one-on-one with Daniel. Daniels gets by him. Back out to Weber. Pump fake. Weber almost loses it. Weber finds himself open for a layup but misses. Going up over everyone is Tucker for the board. Daniel looking for the drive. Gets it to Tucker, and Tucker with the foul. Or excuse me, Crawford with the foul. Tucker getting fouled. That's going to be a timeout on the floor. Lander's up by 12 points right now, 34-22. Some excellent gymnastics shown there from one of our Lander cheerleaders. I think it's very important to note here in this timeout, while we have a moment to talk, just me and you, everybody. Me and you, me and the fans, me and you. Lander on a 7-0 run, by the way. That's pretty big. Lander has multiple players that have scored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that have scored. Jacob Daniels has 10. Canville has 10. Pritzel has 3, Crawford has 3, Tringon has 3, Leonard has 3, Weber has 2. If you look at the other side, Justin Banks has 13, and the next player is Nick Walker with 4. It feels like Catawba is just suffering without Justin Banks on the floor. I mean, Banks obviously has the 2 personal fouls. You have to be careful. You don't want him to foul out of this game. But how long can you afford to sit him when he seems to be the man that is getting it done on the offensive side of the ball? And while we're talking about that, Panks still sitting, or I should say standing off on the sideline. Chant from the Lander student section. I can't quite tell what they're saying, but either way, Solomon Tucker going to take these free throws. And rolls around and in. Solomon Tucker hitting the front end of the 2 shots. Tucker again. Going to make the second as well. It's back down to a 10-point lead for Lander. And important thing to see here, no full court press. Now Daniel is putting pressure on Leonard, but not a full court pressure. Leonard diving on the ground, managing to get the ball. Jump ball, possession, Catawba. Leonard down on the floor. Let's hope he's okay. And he's up. Seems to be all right. Gonna wait on the sweeper. And there we go. Buffing it out. Like a new car with some beautiful little shine on it. Leonard just losing out on the ball. Maybe should have passed it, but that is all here, there, and everywhere. But important to note that Catawba running out of their full court pressure and is opting instead to just fall back into their defense. Athey with a beautiful pass to Walker, blocked by Crawford. Up ahead, that's Leonard looking for someone, and Leonard stepped on the line. Bobby Crawford Jr. with his second block of the night. He's just playing out of his mind today. Nick Walker in, and the ball bouncing off of Athey and into Jacob Daniels' hands. Jacob Daniels going to advance it. Guarded by Daniel, and Daniel getting it out. And Daniel down right here in front of me. Scramble for the ball. And foul on Daniel. I'm going to repeat that. Foul on Daniel for Catawba, not Daniels for Lander. You hear the S, it's a Lander. You hear no S, that's a Catawba. Inbounding right in front of me, right here. It's going to be Tringon. Guarded by number 3, Athey. We're up to 8 fouls apiece for either side. Tringon right in front of me. Tringon can get it into Daniels. It's going to be an interesting matchup to watch for the rest of the night. Daniels gets past Daniel. Gets up, but the ball's stripped. Thrown ahead to Simpson. Simpson, beautiful play around the back and throws it in. Slam dunk, 2 points for Catawba. Timeout for Catawba. Timeout Lander, excuse me. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. We have 1:51 left here in the first half. The score, 34 for Lander. Catawba with 26. 12-point difference. Lander has been scoreless for the past 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Catawba is 1 for their last 8. So after a blazing start, I think, for both teams, they're both gone quiet. Another thing to point out, Catawba 1 for 8 from 3. Lander 3 for 8 from 3. We're back here. Daniels going to try to drive on Daniel. And what a pass by Weber. What a pass by Daniels to Weber, but Weber on the line, and it's going to go back. Another turnover. Both sides really struggling to get any consistent offense out here right now. Daniel, guarded by Daniels. Nick Walker. Pump fake. Crawford on him. And Nick Walker getting Crawford off his feet and then going open over, bringing this lead to an 8-point lead. Inbound. Again, full court pressure, but not full court press. A bit more manageable for Catawba. Daniels working on Daniel. Crawford out to screen. Ball blocked. Daniel up head to Simpson. Simpson with a Euro step, and he finishes at the layup. And oh no, Simpson comes up hobbling. Excellent finish. But Simpson immediately after that on the landing puts his hand up. And I think he's gesturing to maybe the upper hammy or the groin. Either way, Simpson, who has 6 now, has to go and sit. And now both of your major offensive contributors outside of maybe Nick Walker, who's been getting a lot of fouls. Either way, Simpson out. So now Jacob Daniels working again on Daniel. This has been the matchup so far. Antoine Weber, guarded by Athey. Tringon back to Daniels. Daniels across court. Leonard. Bang! 3-ball, Terry Leonard Jr. Daniel pushing the ball up hard here. And a blocking foul. I think that's Jacob Daniels. Terry Leonard Jr. hitting another 3. His second of the day. At the line now to shoot 2, McDuffie. Off the blocking foul by Daniels. He's going to make the first one. That's going to be Daniels' second personal foul. So he will sit. Crawford will also sit. Pritzel and Cannibal in. Catawba heating up here, 3 for their last 4. Second free throw, though. First missed free throw we've seen here. Battle for the ball. Tringon gets the board and then gets fouled. We have 30 seconds here, and I think it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Tringon. Both teams in the bonus. Tringon. His first free throws of the night. First free throws of the season. Settles himself. Hits the first. Coming off, number 15, McDuffie, back in. Jay-Sean Hawkins, who has sat since about 10, 11 minutes left in the first half because of the 2 personal fouls. Also because of a couple turnovers. So we'll have to wait and see if he can straighten his game up a bit. Tringon making the second. The lead is Lander 39, Catawba 31. We're under 30 seconds here in the first half. And Daniel, it appears maybe going to hold the ball for the last shot. Daniel guarded by Pritzel. Walker taking a position on Cannibal. Going to drive now. Cannibal. Oh, and a beautiful drive by Walker. Clock still ticking. Tringon into Pritzel 1. And Pritzel didn't get it off in time, and he missed. So we're going to go into halftime. Lander 39, Catawba 33. They definitely closed it down there. There in the last couple of minutes. Catawba showing up, but Lander's still in the lead. We have a 15-minute half, so we will be back after these.
You've envisioned it before, your future. It's big and it's bold. Now, it's time to make it happen. Our experienced faculty and friendly staff work to provide a personalized and supportive academic experience that most institutions cannot match. Lander University offers fast, flexible, and affordable online and graduate programs for those who want to launch their career path to the next level. When you launch with Lander, the world will take notice. Learn more today at www.lander.edu.
Outback Steakhouse has a new 3-course meal called the Aussie Aussie Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi!
With soup or salad, choice of 5 entrees, and cheesecake for dessert.
Oi, oi, oi!
Oi!
It's three oys.
3 courses starting at $16.99 at Outback for a limited time.
Me one too.
You've envisioned it before, your future. It's big and it's bold. Now, it's time to make it happen. Our experienced faculty and friendly staff work to provide a personalized and supportive academic experience that most institutions cannot match. Lander University offers fast, flexible, and affordable online and graduate programs for those who want to launch their career path to the next level. When you launch with Lander, the world will take notice. Learn more today at www.lander.edu.
and welcome back to the season opener for the Lander Bearcats. Here in Greenwood, South Carolina, Lander leading Catawba 39-33 going into the second half. Justin Banks leading the way for Catawba with 13 points. On the other side of the ball, we have two men tied. Both Jacob Daniels and Dylan Canival, both with 10. And we're back here. Lander going to start off with the ball. Jacob Daniels, guarded by Daniel. A lot of Daniels in this matchup. 3 to be precise. 2 of them, all 3 on the court. Leonard out on the line, passes it back to Canival. Canival, excellent dummy, and loses the ball. I think it was Daniel stripped it and hit Canival on the knee. It's going to be Catawba ball. Daniel advancing the ball up the court. Guarded by Pritzl. Banks back in this game. Banks into, that is number 5, Lindsay. The easy lay. Start the scoring here for Catawba. Inbound to Jacob Daniels. Daniels on Daniel has been a key matchup here. And both all Daniels. It's a Daniel storm. Daniels. Little rub. Back out. Canival. Last off of Daniel. Lander ball. It's Daniels everywhere. You got a Daniel and a Daniel on Catawba, and you got a Daniels on Lander. No Daniel here. Pritzl going to get the ball. Pritzl and Canival. And that's going to be a foul. A travel, excuse me. And it's going to go to Catawba. Lander not starting off hot here. Daniel taking the ball up, guarded by Pritzl. Ball into Banks. Banks standing at the 3. What a pass! Beautiful pass from Bankson to Lindsay in the paint. And the foul on Terry Leonard, grabbing his hand and pulling him. That's going to be a clear-cut foul all day, every day. First free throw here for Lindsay is good. Lindsay hasn't shot a free throw yet. Well, hadn't shot a free throw yet tonight until just now. And he rims out the second one. Rebound by Canival. Daniels on Daniel. Daniels driving down, looking for the foul call and getting it. Daniels going to go to the line for a couple free throws. Foul's going to be on Chase Daniel. Lander, the one thing that I wanted to see them do, the one thing that I think was holding them back, the rebounding. Daniels makes the first. The rebounding in the first half was not up to standard for the Bearcats. They got to rebound. The board, there's a good old saying in basketball as Daniels misses the second. The board man gets paid. And right now, Catawba is showing that the board man does, in fact, get paid. Double team on Lindsay. Back out to Daniel. Banks. Good ball movement here from Catawba. Drive in from Daniel. A crazy layup. Wanting the foul call and one. But a crazy athletic layup. Pass up. Mays out to Pritzl. Pritzl with the 3. Bang, bang. Grayson Pritzl. Banks with the ball, gets it out to Daniel. Daniel looking for a pass, gets it to his brother Daniel. Down into the paint, that's number 4, Nick Walker. Gets it back out. Lindsay, step back. Daniel, hop step, gets it out to his brother Daniel. Long 3, in and out. Terry Leonard Jr. with the board. 43-38 Lander. Terry Leonard getting the pick. And Leonard going to take a deep three. Bang! That's another three for Terry Leonard Jr. Terry's third three of the night. And Banks going to go up with it. In and out. And a push off on number 4, Nick Walker. His second foul of the night. And his Lander ball. Lander on a 6-0 run the last minute. Threes from Leonard and from Pritzel have made this 46-38. Pritzel advancing the ball, guarded by Lindsey. Gonna get the screen, and Pritzel feeling it. Not feeling it enough, though. Leonard tries to get his hand to it. Daniel comes out with it, though. Daniel to the corner, Banks. 3 ball. And Banks looking and pointing over at the crowd. I think there was some jawing going on. And Banks continues to be the sole man that is being consistently efficient on the offensive side of the ball for the Catawba Indians. Jacob Daniels driving in. Going to call a foul. Justin Banks, 16 points. 5 for 7 from the field. 2 for 3 from 3-point. And 4 free throws. 3 boards, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Lander. Daniels gets it in. Daniels, pump fake. Gets it out. Pritzel fumbling the ball. Guarded by Lindsey. Pritzel going to drive in. Pritzel out. Cannaville gets up and blocked. I think that was Banks with the block and last off of Cannaville. Catawba going to take this ball. Dribbling it up is Nick Walker and Daniel. Nick Walker standing at the top of the key. And Daniels with a great play there, getting his hand up and getting a hand to the ball. Walker to the line. Beautiful pass to Daniel. And the foul on Cannaville. Going to be his second of the night. And that's going to be a timeout on the floor. Pritzel talking to the ref, trying to figure it out. Tringon getting out there. This game, close. Lander had stretched it out. I think the highest they've led, 12 points, 14 points maybe. But Catawba has battled here and made it a 5-point game. Quick 5 minutes into the half. Really behind on the back of Justin Banks. As I said, Banks was 16 points. Simpson has 6, but tweaked and still sitting out on the athletic training table. I don't know if we're going to see him again tonight. Big loss for Catawba, if so. Nick Walker has 8. 4 free throws. Catawba out-rebounding the Bearcats 21-16. I'm going to keep saying it. For all you Bearcat fans, all season long, you better listen and you better hear me clearly. Boards win you championships. Lander is not rebounding at a level that is going to win them games consistently. It is unacceptable to be out-rebounded 21-16. This is not okay. They need to fix that, and they need to fix that right now before Catawba manages to catch fully back up. Taking these free throws is going to be number 0, Chase Daniel. I will try my best to continue to call the Daniel brothers apart, Chase and Carson. Chase number 0, Carson number 1. Chase making the first one. And Chase Daniels sinking both of his free throws to make this a 46-43 game. Full court press again. Ball ahead to Leonard, though. Great seeing pass there from number 5, Mays. Leonard dribbling the ball. Gets it into Cannaville. Cannaville going to drive in on Banks. Stripped and blocked. Banks at the rim rejects Cannaville. And what a absolutely fantastic play. Cannaville with the Euro. Offensive board though, and the putback, Terry Leonard Jr. Cannaville reading the Catawba Indians like a book. Not able to get the Euro to fall, but Terry Leonard gets the board and puts it back in. And Banks setting a screen. Leonard trying to get around him, but Leonard is going to get the foul on Banks. Walker to inbound, inbounds it to Banks, who gives it to Daniel. That's Carson, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, it is. Into Nick Walker. Nick Walker with an excellent pump fake. Met at the rim. Dylan Cannaville take a bow. He got up there, feeling a bit of his hand, but he just sent that back, but they call a foul. And so Nick Walker going to go to the free throw line. He's perfect from the free throw stripe, 4 for 4. Let's see if he's able to keep that up right now. And he does. Makes the first of the 2 free throws he is awarded. Coming out is number 5, Mays, and coming in, Tringon. Walker with the second of 2. And Walker makes his second. 6 for 6 from the free throw line, up to 10 points on the game. Catawba down 3 points here. Lander. 1 for their last 5. Tringon looking for that little backdoor cut again. Can't get it. Pritzel looking for a screen. Cannaville gonna drive. Pritzel takes it. Pritzel out to Daniels. Daniels gonna reset. Shot clock going down. Daniels out. Cannaville almost gets it stripped by Daniel. Shot clock down to 1. Cannaville misses the shot anyway, misses the rim. That's a shot clock violation. Fantastic defense there from Catawba. Lander just could not get a shot off. And Catawba with a chance to tie the game here. Daniel driving to the right. Double team coming. Pritzel and Cannaville. Banks out to Daniel. Daniel gets it down low. Nick Walker with an easy layup. And Catawba within 1. Tringon into Pritzel. Lander needs to score now. Pritzel taking his time, getting the ball up the court. Into Tringon. Tringon to Daniels. Daniels driving. Tringon. Leonard. Leonard off the rim. And the board by Walker. Daniel. And Catawba has a chance to take the lead on this possession. Screen by Walker. Daniel takes it. Down the baseline. Out to his brother. Chase over to Jason Hawkins. Misses the 3. Rebound by Dylan Cannaville. And Lander taking the ball up the court. Tringon gets hit by Daniel. Leonard blocked by Banks. Cannaville with the ball. And Banks and Lander fans calling, screaming for a foul. But the foul not called. Banks with the block and then the defense. And Banks going to have the ball now. Driving on Cannaville. Banks going up and puts it in for Catawba's first lead of the game. Catawba has battled back from 12 down to take the lead here in the second half. Timeout Lander. And Lander fans shocked. Your score, Catawba 49, Lander 48. Back here after a quick break. Quick little timeout. Catawba has battled and battled and battled. They were down by as much as 12 points. Now, with 12 minutes, 33 seconds on the clock, holding a 1-point lead over the Lander Bearcats here in the season opener. Lander has been scoreless for the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds and are 1 for their last 8. They need to change that. Catawba on a 6-0 run. Before that, an 11-2 run. Daniels trying to change that. Out to Antoine Weber. Weber misses the 3. Daniel Skies gets the rebound. Chase out to Hawkins. Hawkins drives, and I think he just missed it. Crawford gets the rebound. Off the backboard, doesn't even hit the rim. Jacob Daniels. Tringon gonna set a screen. Double team. Pritzel in the corner. Leaves it short. And Weber with the great hustle to get the board and then throws it away. Hawkins with the steal. Daniel to Daniel. Carson to Chase. And that's Athey working on Pritzel in the post. And look at Bobby Hawkins Jr. Bobby Crawford Jr., excuse me. I was thinking of Jay Sean Hawkins. Bobby Crawford coming out of nowhere and just taking the ball away from Ibra Athey. Athey maybe taking a bit too long in the paint, allowing Crawford to come around the backside, take the ball, and then get fouled. Both teams sitting at 4 fouls in the half. Fantastic play there from Crawford, who has played an amazing defensive game. 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 rebound. Crawford putting in some great minutes here from the bench. But Lander needs someone to step up and start scoring the ball. That's what's killing them right now. They can't score. Scoreless for 3.5 minutes. 1 for their last 10. They're 1 for 5 from their last 3s. I mean, let's just look at these percentages. They were shooting 53% to end the first half. They are shooting 25% in the second half. You go to Catawba side, 36 in the first half. Flip it, 85% in the second half. It's like the Monstars have taken the power from the NBA players. And no, we're not talking about the LeBron version. We're talking about the Jordan version. Lander really has to figure something out, and they need to figure out something fast before Catawba really starts buckling down and takes a bigger lead than they already have. Lander fans here in attendance, I'm not going to lie, some of them looking a little downtrodden. I mean, this place was buzzing. This place was buzzing. They need a big play to get them back into the right mindset, or else this game not looking great. Jacob Daniels working on Chase. Pritzel gets it into Tringon in the post. Working on Athey. Tringon out to Pritzel. Pritzel hits the 3. That's what they needed. Grayson Pritzel with Banks in his face splashes the 3. Excuse me, I think that was Jay Sean Hawkins in his face. Speaking of Hawkins, Hawkins hits the front of the rim. Rebound grabbed by Weber. Lander up by 2 now. And if it's me, I say feed the hot hand. Find a way to get Pritzel the ball. And they're going to do that. But Daniel manages to steal it out of bounds. Chase Daniel gets the ball out. Tringon going to inbound it right here in front of me. Pritzel gets the ball. Pritzel to Tringon. Back to Pritzel. Pritzel feeling it. Pritzel hitting it. Pritzel hits the 3. 2 threes in a row for Lander, both by Grayson Pritzel. 54-49. Daniels hurrying Daniel. Nick Walker, this place is feeling it again. Daniel going to drive in. Tringon, floater, missed. Tringon. Daniel hits it out to Tringon's hands, manages to get it back, puts it back up off of the offensive board. 54-51. Grayson Pritzel is feeling himself. Pritzel with the drive, kicks it out. Tringon in to Crawford. Crawford with a hard athletic layup. Daniel trying to stretch it, gives it to his brother Chase. Chase hurried by Jacob Daniels. That's going to be a foul on Jacob Daniels. And this is just what Lander needed. Inbounding. It's going to be Chase Daniel trying to get it up to Athey. Athey guarded by Tringon. Athey passes it back out to Lindsay. Lindsay guarded by Weber. Lindsay going to take and miss. Crawford had a hand in his face. Board grabbed by Pritzel. Pritzel, the man right now for Lander. And Tringon. But Pritzel saves it. Tringon getting... Pritzel and Tringon. Tringon gets hit by Athey. That's going to be a foul on Athey. That is going to be his third. But Pritzel is just everywhere for Lander right now. Pritzel looking a bit like his facial counterpart, if you ask me, Harry Kane, showing off that he can do it on both ends of the floor and do it on both ends of the floor. Tringon into Crawford. Got the free throw line. Gets it back to Terry. Banks, I think, wanted a charge, but manages to get up. Contest Crawford. Crawford misses. Rebound Daniel. Walker. Gets it into Athey. Guarded by Weber. Double comes. Banks drives in and stolen by Tringon. Tringon going to slow it down. Pritzel. Pritzel, step back three, and hits it! Are you kidding me? Grayson Pritzel. Daniel on the other end fouled. Are you kidding me? Grayson Pritzel, take a bow! Grayson Pritzel, 5 for 7 from the three-point line. Last 3 shots have been threes, and they've been all but net. Shooting the ball, Chase Daniel taking the free throws. Off of the foul on Bobby Crawford. It's going to be a second of the game. Daniel sinks the first. And oh my, Pritzel is just showing off here tonight. 15 points, the leader for the Lander Bearcats. Chase Daniel with another. Nothing but net. Lander 59, Catawba 53. The ball in to who else but Grayson Pritzel. Pritzel and Tringon have been electric these last few minutes. Antoine Weber getting it to Tringon. Little backdoor pass. Beautiful play there. Terry Leonard with the easy floater. Advancing the ball, Lindsay. Catawba trying to move quick. Over to Walker. All the way over. Long pass, McDuffie. McDuffie loses it. Pritzel coming up with it. And Pritzel, Tringon, Banks tries to block it. Timeout. Timeout, Catawba. Catawba head coach Rob Perrin is absolutely fuming, wanting a foul on the other end of the court. McDuffie misses the jumper. Pritzel goes down. Pritzl goes all the way down. He's at the logo. I kid you not, the logo. And goes to heat check. And the heat check turns into a pass in low to Tringong. And looking at it, it looked like McDuffie just missed it. Pritzl takes it up. And a beautiful pass in. Jake Tringong. Banks went up to block it, but couldn't quite get to it. And Lander takes a 10-point lead. Lander on a 9-2 run have made their last 6 for 7. Catawba, on the other hand, has hit a cold streak, 1 for 6 for their last 6. And something to note, going back into back into the end of the first half, they are 1 for 10 from 3 on their last 10 threes. They are not hitting from the three-point line. And Lander fans enjoying some YMCA here. The crowd's back into it. Here in Greenwood, South Carolina. We're into it. I'm sure all you fans are enjoying this. What has been a back and forth amazing game, but Lander is taking the lead. Can Catawba claw back? Inbounded to Carson Daniel. Catawba needs to get some offense going, and pretty soon. Nick Walker working on Crawford. Tringong comes over. Tringong tries to get the steal, but just reaches in. It's going to be a foul on Jake Tringong. Foul on Walker. It's going to be on the floor, so I don't think it's going to be free throws. Oh, they need him up. I take it back. It will be free throws. It'll be a 1-and-1. Lander at 17 fouls. And our wonderful AD making the run across the court. Doing a fantastic job out there. Show him some love. Back on the court, Nick Walker going to take some free throws. Should be a 1-and-1. He's made all 6 so far. And he makes the 7th. Trying to stay perfect from the stripe. Nick Walker. And he does. Perfect from the free throw line. 8 for 8. Lander 63, Catawba 55. This game is very much in the balance. Grayson Pritzl, double teamed. Needs to get up now, and he does. Beautifully done. Pass to Weber. Back to Pritzl. Pritzl, heat check. Oh! And I think Pritzl thought it went in. Stumbled. And oh, what a lob. Pritzl ends up with the ball. Long pass. Weber. Blocked by Walker. Put back in Weber's face. Back and forth stuff here. Lindsay. And tipped back in. This is exciting stuff, folks. If you don't enjoy this, change the channel. This is not for you. What a basketball game. Grayson Pritzl had to do the heat check and almost made it. Over to Tringong. Pass back and a beautiful reverse layup. Antoine Weber Jr. Working Bobby Crawford in the post is Nick Walker. And the foul. Weber, that was a beautiful layup. Beautiful little reverse. Nick Walker, though, taking more free throws. 8 for 8 from the line right now. Make that 9 for 9. Walker has been automatic from the stripe tonight. Into the game, Dylan Cannavale. Bobby Crawford going to take a seat. Some excellent minutes off the bench for Bobby Crawford. Back on the court, Nick Walker. Stays perfect, 10 for 10 from the stripe. 6 minutes, 33 seconds, 6-point game. Lander 65, Catawba 59. Ball into Weber. Daniel tries to strip it, but he can't. Weber out to Pritzel. Pritzel feeling it and misses completely. Misses the rim. And Pritzel not going to let that shake his confidence if I know the man, and I do. Daniel to Lindsey. Lindsey trying to work on Leonard. Hard screen there. And that's going to be another foul on Lander, their 9th. Not entirely sure who that foul was on. We'll have to wait and see. Solomon Tucker with the defensive rebound off of the Pritzel miss. They go down the floor, and Lindsey gets fouled on the shot. He'll shoot 2. Misses the first. And Catawba absolutely needs every point that they can get. So missing these free throws is a huge, huge deal. The crowd loud, and he misses both. Not what Catawba needed, but Lander going to take this up, trying to stretch the lead out. Terry Leonard Jr. guarded by Lindsey. Step back, and just off, Weber manages to get the board. And Weber driving in, stripped, and that's Carson Daniel going to come out with the ball. Carson over, pass again. Lindsey all the way over to Banks, closed out by Pritzel. Banks pushes off, misses the jumper, and that's going to be a foul on the floor on Lander. I think that's going to be on number 23, Dylan Cannavale. And both Cannavale and Mays are flabbergasted at that call, trying to figure out what they can do because they don't know what to do. Lindsey, though, did just miss 2. And how does that get into the psyche of your head? We're going to have to wait and see if he can bounce back. He cannot. In and out. Lindsey cannot make anything from the stripe right now. Lindsey trying to shake off, and does. That's going to make it a 5-point game. Lander 65, Catawba 60. Jacob Daniels working on Chase Daniel. Now to Mays. Mays out. Weber, 3. And it bounces up and over. And Leonard had it, but then lost it. Chase Daniel passes to Carson. Carson gonna take a 3, and it rolls in and out. Tringon hits it out, but it falls to Chase Daniel with a jumper, and the rebound, Tringon. Weber gonna advance the ball up the court, and Chase Daniel coming out of nowhere, but Weber manages to keep it. Mays now. Weber with the ball, back into Mays. And what a beautiful steal. Carson Daniel up at the Chase Daniel. Offensive rebound by Carson. Banks, 3-pointer, bang! Justin Banks is on fire tonight. You can't leave him open or he'll burn ya. Tringon. An offensive foul. Jake Tringon. Daniel trying to get around Tringon. And Tringon's sticking that rear end out. We'll try to use the PG version. Sticks it out and gets a foul. And a turnover. That's going to be his 4th of the day. Catawba has a chance to either tie or take the lead. McDuffie going to inbound to Carson Daniel. The Catawba fans behind me being loud for their squad. Great screen there from Banks. Banks now has Jacob Daniels on him. Got to use the mismatch. Carson Daniel instead says, I got ice in my veins. 3-pointer. And Catawba has fought back once more to take the lead again. 1-point lead, Catawba. 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Terry Leonard working on Carson Daniel. Leonard to Tringon. Back to Leonard. Floater makes it. Lander with the lead. Beautiful floater there from Leonard. Carson Daniel. Back out Banks. Banks, open 3. Misses it. Crawford gets the board. And Crawford, they need to get the ball across. They need to get the ball across now. Jacob Daniels doesn't have time. And that's a violation. Nope, timeout. Yes, not a violation. Omar Watad with an excellent usage of the timeout. Justin Banks, who has been the best player for Catawba. I love that shot. That is a great shot. It's a fantastic shot. That's a shot you want to have. But he just missed it. Crawford went up, got the board, lost the ball, got it back. Didn't know what to do, so he just stood there with it for a minute. Got it to Jacob Daniels. They weren't going to get the ball across in time. So great from Omar Watad. Watad manages to get the timeout just in time. Lander, 1 for 4 in the last 4. And Catawba on a 9-2 run. They have, I'm going to say it again. They were down, Catawba was down 12 points in the first half, battled back, took a lead. Lander battled back part 2. They went back up by 10 points. And Catawba has fought back and took the lead just now, 1 point. Lander, of course, back up on the Terry Leonard floater. But this has just been such a back and forth, fantastic game. Lander fans nervous. Lander going to inbound here. Jacob Daniels going to inbound. Pritzel and Crawford are back. Or no, not Crawford, Leonard. Excuse me. Daniels gets it ahead. Leonard, fast break. Gets it in. Leonard outran everyone, including Carson Daniel, who tried his best, but he couldn't get there quite in time. Leonard's going to take a 3-point lead here. Pass. Nick Walker not expecting it. Manages to get it, though. Walker driving in on Crawford. Crawford with the block. Ball falls back to Banks. Banks loses it to Pritzel. Jacob Daniels. And oh, what a play. Fast break. McDuffie gonna slam it down. Bad decision there. I think that was Jacob Daniels trying to get it to Tringon. Indeed it was. Jacob Daniels with his 4th turnover of the game. Pritzel, though, gets it into Crawford. Back to Pritzel. 3. And he misses the rim. Daniels fighting for the board. But Carson Daniel comes out with it. Chase Daniel taking the ball up the court. Daniel. There's a minute 40. Banks on the byline. Gonna go up with Chingon. No foul. Chingon with some excellent defense. Crawford comes down with it. Up ahead to Chingon. Jake Chingon maybe had a shot, but gonna try to waste some time. Jacob Daniels at the top of the key. Daniels working on Daniel. Back out to Chingon, guarded by Banks. Shot clock under 10. Pritzel. Oh, and Pritzel with the turnover. Nick Walker with the steal. Catawba can take the lead here, and they're going to call a timeout. Timeout, Rob Parent, head coach for Catawba. Minute 10, 25 on the shot clock. Lander needs a defensive stop, and they need it right here, right now. Heart-pounding stuff here. Lander has been scoreless for the last minute 50. But Catawba is one of their last 4. Both teams struggling to score here in the dying minutes of the game. Lander up 69-68. Lander has 10 fouls. Catawba with a couple of fouls to give. They're sitting at 5. And Catawba's going to inbound. Inbounding number 15, McDuffie. Out to Chase. Chase passes to his brother Carson. Carson into Walker. Walker driving in on Chingon. Pritzel. Chingon with an excellent switch. And Crawford with the quick hands. And I think that's going to be a jump ball. Possession remains Catawba. Crawford went down with it. Great hands and great effort from Crawford, but then great play from Banks as well to get down on that ball, force a jump ball, possession arrow pointing to Catawba. So Catawba's going to get the ball back. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Got to work fast. 52 on the main clock. They're down by 1. Haven't scored in a minute and a half. Lander hasn't scored in over 2. Inbounding it is going to be Carson Daniel. And the ref coming in. I think that's just going to be a warning, no foul. Saying, hey, watch out. I'm going to call a foul. And here we go. Chase Daniel working on Jacob Daniels. On the byline. Banks, fadeaway 3, off the rim. Walker goes up, loses it. Crawford with the ball, gets it to Pritzel. There's 38 seconds. Lander has a 1-point lead. Jacob Daniels at the logo. Jacob Daniels working on Chase Daniel. He's going to drive. Layup blocked. Oh, McDuffie with the block. They can take the lead. They can win it. Last shot. Carson Daniel out to Chase. Chase back to Carson. 3. Misses. Battle for the rebound. 3, 2, 1. That's not the game. That's not the game. That's not the game. There will be time on the clock. There's going to be a replay, and they're going to add at least some amount to the clock. Refs made the decision. We're going to wait and see. One and a half seconds on the clock. And I think Catawba's got the ball. Banks is excited. I'm not entirely sure. Let's wait and see. And they will. No, will they? Will they? Who? No. Lander will inbound. Jake Tringon just trying to get the ball in. They're going to run a football play. Lander doesn't have football, so this is the closest you're going to get to it. Tringon. And they're going to call timeout. They don't like the play. They don't like the defense. We're going to get a timeout here. Heart-pounding stuff. 1.5 seconds on the clock. Lander is inbounding. Catawba needs a steal. They need it now. Lander up by a point. 69-68 thanks to the heroics. Terry Leonard Jr., 17 points, 7 for 13 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3. And Grayson Pritzel, 15 points, 5 for 10 from the field, all of those three-pointers. Lander fans on their feet. And one thing I'd like to note before this game is over, Lander's been out-rebounded 32-37. That needs to change in future games. That is the reason that they're in the dogfight that they're in. Lander's been scoreless for 3 minutes. Catawba has been scoreless in 2:24. They've got to change it. They got to change it now. All 40 minutes of this game has led up to this final second and a half. It's make or break. For both teams. Jake Tringon going to inbound. Justin Banks is going to guard him. Banks is long and lanky. Exactly 6'7", with some lanky arms. Tringon, Weber, Leonard, Daniels. Throw ahead. And taken out. And that's the game. Antoine Weber gets a hand to it and then got blown up. But that ends the game. And Lander holds on for a 69-68 win. Does it get any better than that? Jake Tringon flinging it ahead. Looking like Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Weber got a hand to it. The second and a half tipped off. And Lander is your winners. 69-68 your final. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Lander men's basketball. And we will see you next time. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah. Let me check
All right.
the
We're good?
quality. You can hear my voice a little or no?
All right.
There's no camera today, Bubba.
Hard-stopping game there, Coach.
Who you telling, man? Who you telling? Crazy game.
What did it take for you boys to come out on top at the end?
I mean, a lot of grit, a lot of grit. That's, ultimately what you got to do versus Catawba. I mean, I told the guys, they roll out of bed. Catawba doesn't get 15-0 rebound. That's what they do. They wake up, brush their teeth, put socks and shoes on, huff your underwear, pants, and shirt, and they get 15 offensive rebounds. It happens. My goal was give up 18 or less. That was the goal. I mean it. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. I wish we would have taken care of the ball a little more. That's also what they do. Force a lot of turnovers. I'm happy with the 17 assists. I knew we'd have an abundance of turnovers, but I'd like it to be less next time. Gritty win, man. Gritty win. We got some tough guys. And we're very deep. We're very deep. No question about it. I got two other guys that didn't even play that I feel very, very comfortable playing as well.
That was going to be my next question. Catawba ended up with 37 total rebounds. Lander obviously with 32.
Right.
So what do you want to do in the future to try? I'm a big fan of Boardman gets paid.
Sure.
So what can you guys do in the future to maybe try to bring that a bit more even?
Not play Catawba. No, seriously, man. I'm 14. That wasn't hyperbole. I was very serious. I wanted to stay under 18 offensive rebounds for them. That was my goal. They played George Mason at George Mason on Tuesday. Catawba was the more athletic team. That's an Atlantic 10 team that was in the Atlantic 10 championship last year.
Yeah.
Catawba was 1,000% the more athletic team. There's no debate. And they play with a high motor. They play hard. Not play Catawba. I thought we got it. I thought we tried. I think there were some free throw boxes we got to clean up. I thought we fought on the glass. I really do. I mean, you know what I mean? They shot 19 of 53 from the field.
They did.
14 or 12 missed threes. And so there was a ton of opportunities for offensive rebounds, right? And you're doing it against one of the best offensive rebounding teams in America. I'm not upset with the glass. Not even a little bit.
Grayson Pritzel really caught fire there in that second half. 3 straight threes. What is his progression been since he's joined Lander?
Grayson Pritzel did that in practice 100 times last year. He's done it in practice 30, 40 times. The way we're playing this year fits him a lot better. He's figuring out when to pick his spots probably a little bit better. Pritzel can shoot threes. He can touch paint. He can hit the roll. He's a good basketball player. He was a bad defender when he got here, and but due to his hard work and effort and dedication and really staying locked in, he got to become an above-average defender, and he got some loose balls and some gritty loose balls, 50-50 balls for us as well. Pritzel can ball, man.
The player on Catawba I most want to point out, Justin Banks.
Sheesh.
Justin really showed out today. What are your thoughts on him going forward?
He's good, man. He's good. And last year he was, I think, 2 for 5 on the year from 3. He made 2 at George Mason, and he shot it with confidence.
Yeah.
At George Mason as well. And so as we're looking at it, we're like, what do we do? Do we let him shoot? Do we not let him shoot? He's good, man. He's good. He's mobile. He can block shots. He can shoot the 3 and catch lobs. He's solid on the block. He's a pro.
Also, Nick Walker with 10 free throws. There were a lot of fouls there throughout the game.
Yeah.
How do you bring that down a bit, maybe in the games that go forward?
We got to be more disciplined. Some of the fouls were physical ones, bang ones. Other ones were just handsy for no reason, hacking in the paint instead of walling up and using our bodies and understanding angles better. That goes down to being more disciplined. Same thing with the turnovers, right? You're going to get some turnovers that are in the midst of the flow where there's multiple bodies, whatever might be the case. There's bodies there as you're trying to cut or make a pass after the fact, after a cut or after a roll or touching paint. But it's the full court turnovers. It's the insane throwing it at their legs for no reason turnovers. 4 or 5 of those. We get rid of some of those. We get rid of some of the undisciplined fouls. And, maybe they shoot 22 free throws instead of 32. Maybe we have, 14, 13 turnovers instead of 19. And that helps us, right? Because ultimately those lead to points for the other team, right? And we win that game by more.
The last question I've got for you, Bobby Crawford Jr. coming off the bench.
Him, man. So glad.
2 blocks. Really had some valuable minutes off of the bench. Do you think, is he going to stay on the bench for much longer?
Starters don't matter. It doesn't matter if you start or come off the bench. It's irrelevant unless you are somebody that needs to start. You feel more comfortable. It's absolutely irrelevant for me. It's 6 years now. I've been here 5 plus the COVID year that I don't even count. But I've had 2 all-conference guys come off the bench. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But Bobby was awesome. Guarded, rebounded, defended on the perimeter well, vertical contested, got some gritty boards. Discipline, man. He played discipline. He played smart, tough, disciplined basketball. We got 2 awesome frosh from Gibbs High School, man. Down in St. Pete. They're really, really special. They've been very, very well coached. That's obvious.
All right, Coach.
I'm just trying to do my best with them.
I don't think this is going to be the last time we talk this year. Good luck on your season, and go Bearcats.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks, man. Thank you. Killed it.
Thank you. Believe me if I said that was my first interview?
Because when you talked in the weight room,
Yeah.
I'd never seen it, so I assumed it was, but you didn't.